Okay,
Hello,
good.
ladies and gentlemen. So, welcome to the show. We have as our guest today Helene Weiner and the indefatigable Kurt Roscoff. Ms. Weiner is having her first show with us. We probably won't waterboard her today, maybe next week. She has clothing on today, which tell us about your clothing there, Ms. Weiner.
Well, let's see if I could show. So here I'm wearing
You
my
can stand
Chicago
up,
White
yeah.
Sox shirt.
Chicago White Sox. Now,
Yeah.
why do you like the White Sox?
You know what? I like Chicago. So whether it's White Sox, Cubs, Bears, Blackhawks, I'm just a Chicago girl. But guess what?
Okay.
I live now in Las Vegas, Nevada.
You do,
So
okay.
yeah, so I moved. So, but today I'm going, you know what? I miss Chicago. I'm gonna be a
Oh.
Chicago girl today.
Are you so as you're sitting here talking to us, you're in Las Vegas?
Yes, I am.
Oh, good for you.
But
I'll
actually Henderson, Nevada.
okay, well, I have several things to tell you about that. Number one, when my wife was alive, God rest her soul,
God rest her soul.
she she had her one of her closest friends lived in what was then called Gardnerville, Minden,
Huh.
which is near Carson City.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a small town near Carson City. So we would go up there once every 6 or 8 months and visit. And I think since then they've sometimes some things on the internet lead me to believe that they're now separating those towns enough that they don't call them like that anymore. They say Gardnerville or they say Minden. But and then you mentioned Chicago. I'll have you know that I'm from Ohio
Oh.
and that when I was in high school, I lived in a very small town and we went on a field trip to Chicago. It was a big deal. So
Hmm.
I've been to very few places in the world, but Chicago is one place that I have been. So yeah, Mr. Roscoff, do you want to say anything here just so the public doesn't think your larynx has been evaporated or what?
Well, I'll let you evaluate my larynx, but
You
I can.
took a you took off your MAGA cap and put on a W. Why'd you do that?
Yeah, we're trying to mix it up a little bit. Wisconsin
I
mixes
see.
it up.
Okay.
Wisconsin is a suburb of Chicago. So I
Oh,
like the
please.
Chicago conversation.
I don't know. It's always the rivalry between the Bears and the Packers, you know? That's always been the biggest game. God
Where
bless
is
you.
where is Green Bay within Wisconsin? North, south, east, west?
The North, right?
Yeah,
I don't know.
halfway. Yeah, it's halfway up the Lake Michigan shoreline. So
When
it's
you
halfway
said
up the state.
halfway, when you said halfway up I got worried there.
Yeah, halfway up a lot of things. Yeah,
You halfway up the shoreline. You guys have a shoreline?
yeah, Lake Michigan, the Great Lakes, man. Come on now.
Hey, I'm not from this country. Come on, Jesus.
Where are you from, Mark?
Well, I'm gonna joke around a lot, Helene, so Roscoff left us, I guess. I'm from the States. I'm from Ohio, but I was gonna tease you that I was from Germany or I've been reading about the history of Germany. It's started Germany started centuries ago by people from the Scandinavian countries of all
Hmm.
places. I didn't know that. So you like does Chicago have more than one baseball team?
Yeah, it's the White Sox and the Cubs.
I wonder how they got away with that. Not too many places have that.
Well, because we have the South Siders and the North Siders.
Oh, okay.
And
Very
it was
okay.
always rivalry between the Cubs and the Sox.
All
In
right.
fact, it was political. When I lived in Chicago, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, White Sox fans, they were like if it was an interesting growing up. If you were a Cubs fan and they're White Sox, people would have like, you know,
Ha ha!
it's just like
Duels.
little rivalry.
They'd
It's just
have
a
like
little rivalry
fencing,
between the two.
fencing duels. What is it? Is there any influence of the Obama family in Chicago that's very apparent besides the new presidential complex?
You know what? All I will say about the Obama family, they're a very respected family, and he did
Okay.
a lot to try to help community for sure.
While he was president or in his entire
I think
life or
I think pretty much his entire life, they've always done their share of being um, really community. They're forget about politics.
yeah,
Everybody
yeah, yeah.
believes in
Yeah,
what
yeah.
it's who the people are and what they
Right,
do.
right, right.
And he's
Okay.
always been very involved in community and what he can do to help others.
And the same with Michelle too,
And
right?
Michelle too. And you know what? Positive, whenever you see those people, especially Michelle, she's always has a smile. She has a positive aura about her. So,
Okay.
certain people, I don't even like talking politics because everybody has
No,
their,
no, we're not talking about politics. We're just
but
talking
I
about
just know
people.
she was very involved within the
Yeah.
community and
And they
very
they still
respectable family.
they still live there part time, right?
I believe so. I don't know. I'm not in Chicago, but
Because his brother, I mean her brother, she does a podcast with her brother,
oh,
her biological brother on I see it on TikTok sometimes.
how cool is that? Wow. I'd
Yeah,
love to.
no, it's
That would
and
be fun to be
I know
on.
I think they have a house in DC, but I think they still because her mother lived in Chicago too.
Hmm.
I don't remember if her mother is still around, but
I used to
yeah.
live near Michael Jordan when I lived in Chicago when I was married for the first time and lived in
Okay.
Northbrook.
Okay.
I used Michael Jordan, and in fact, when my first marriage, we used to go to the Bulls game, and we had a box seats. That was so much fun. Oh my
Oh,
gosh,
okay.
yeah, that was awesome. That was
Oh, very
different
nice.
times in my life, that's for sure.
Very cool. Now can you come on each week or not? I'd
With
like to see
you,
you. Yes, ma'am.
I would love to come on with you every. What do you want to
Uh,
come on with? What do you want to talk about? I
well,
could talk about anything,
no, no,
Mark.
we're let's do 8 o'clock on Saturdays.
Okay.
You can and I'm gonna be try to be funny. I tell people you can come on and talk about your squirrel's toothbrush if you want.
Oh,
Anything you can talk about anything except politics. I don't like talking about politics, but I do admire the Obama family as a family
me too.
a lot, and I think they're great people. You may not know this, but on social media, like TikTok, President Obama is on there a lot. Not a lot, but quite a bit. He'll either go speak somewhere or he'll just visit a donut shop or something. He tries to he tries to be in the public eye a little bit, whatever's appropriate for an ex-president. So now I don't understand. I have a learning disability, Helene. I have a learning disability. So
Well,
sometimes
tell me about your learning disability because
well,
I
I
think
want to,
many people do in some ways.
but I'm going to say I need to repeat questions because I sometimes don't understand the first time.
Okay.
You said there's a divide in Chicago, and you said it was like north and south, or what?
I was being humorous. Okay. Back in the day when people, well, it could be still now because I'm not there anymore. We would
Hmm.
have White Sox teams and the Cubs, White Sox fans and Cub fans. And once a year, they would have White Sox versus the Cubs. It was like the neighborhood.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Okay. Yeah.
it's just a friendly rivalry.
Okay. Okay.
May everything in our world be friendly rivalries.
Okay.
You agree to disagree because that's what makes the world go round. As long as it's in a friendly way, you
Yeah.
know.
Now Is one of the two teams considered the North and one's considered the South?
Yes. So the
Which one
Cubs
is
are the north.
which?
The Cubs are the North. The
Okay.
White Sox are the Southsiders.
All right. Okay. Very
That's why
good.
they have one of the pizza places called White Sox Pizza.
Oh, I have only been there once for just an hour or two, so I don't know much about it. I
Home
am
Run
gonna
Pizza.
later, huh?
Have you heard of Home Run Pizza? You can find it in the
No,
grocery store.
no, but I ate a pizza once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which pizza did you have? Did you have Giordano's, Uno's, Due's,
Um,
Lou
we got we
Malnati's?
got we used to get them from the store, the grocery.
Yeah.
I can't remember the brand. Seems like sort of the D. Maybe.
DiGiorno's.
There you go. That's the
There you
one.
go. Who
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
know her pizza like me?
Yeah.
But I don't
Now
need to.
you now live in Las Vegas.
Yes.
Well, I'll have you know that once upon a time, centuries ago, I worked for a very strange company, a little company that did drilling, and they made drill bits. And a few months after I got hired, the boss, it was a really small company, 4 or 5 people. The boss said, well, there's two conferences coming up for the drilling industry, and they're happening back to back in Las Vegas, and he really didn't want to go, so he sent me to go. So I was there once. It had to be in the early 70s, and I spent probably a week, 10 days there because there were, like I say, there were two drilling conferences back to back. I didn't hang out much, but I did enjoy it. I've never really gambled in Las Vegas. I've gambled in Carson because I've been in Carson more than Vegas, but anyway, so I've been
I've never
there.
been to
So
Carson City.
it's
It's
not much.
far.
It's
I mean, you know what? I have to tell you
it's far.
something.
No, it's like 150, 200 miles, right?
Well, no, it's got to be more from Vegas because it's closer for us from Vegas to drive to California
Okay, I don't
because
doubt
to
it.
drive
No,
from Vegas to Carson City or Reno is like a 7 or 8 hour drive. It's far.
no kidding.
It's like
Wow, okay.
all the way on the almost towards the border.
Yeah, yeah. No, Carson is way north and Vegas is way south. So
Exactly. So it's Southern Nevada. We're Southern Nevada.
yeah, yeah. You guys are, yeah, right.
That's why
Okay.
it's hot here. We're in the South.
Mm, okay. Are
Not
you
used to.
near? Are you geographically near that place called Four Points, where the
Which
four states? There are four states that have one spot that's square, and so they intersect at one place where you could stand kind of in four states at once.
is that where the skiing is at near Reno? I think you're talking Reno, Lake Tahoe.
I don't know. I don't know,
I
but
we many years
whatever.
ago when we went skiing
Yeah.
at the very top, you were like on the
All
border
right. All right.
of 4 states.
Okay.
So
I like I like go ahead.
tell me about you, Mark. Tell me what you did when you were in your 20s.
Well,
What's your why? What is your why?
ha ha.
Not
Ah,
when or where, but
no,
why.
no, I hear you. I have loved in my life, and I have a good reason for it. I love to volunteer.
Okay.
And I grew up in a very weird, I would almost say extreme situation. My parents, for whatever reason, felt like they wanted to keep us isolated from society. I don't know why, but they did. And so by the time I was 19 or 20, I knew almost nothing about life. For example, when I went out on my own the first time, I couldn't open a can of soup. I didn't know how to open it. That's how extreme it was.
Huh.
But what happened is I left home finally. We lived out in the country. And by the time I got to be 20, I just started walking away down a country road step by step. And I said, I'm just going to walk away and something is going to happen. I'm going to live or die. But I've been with these people for 20 years and I just want to find out if there's a world out there and if so, what it's like. But I knew nothing about life, like nothing, nothing.
Who
So,
does?
yeah. But what I found over, let's say, from age 20 to maybe age 30, you need to go out for a minute. You're looking as though you need to leave for a minute.
No, no, I'm good. I wanted to, I just asked my husband if he would make some new
Okay.
coffee for me because let's see,
Oh,
it's
hey,
early morning and I'm a coffee person. I'm a
hey,
coffee kind of person.
there you
Oh
go.
my, oh, you're a coffee kind of guy.
I drink it by the pot. I don't drink it by the cup.
Isn't that something how we could, it's like I could not picture my morning, my day without coffee. I love coffee and
I make a pot a day and I make a pot, but I make a pot that's like concentrate. I put 3 times the amount of ground coffee you're supposed to put in,
oh my.
and I make concentrate, and then I have cups and cups and cups. And as you can see, I've been drinking it long enough today already that I'm drinking it cold instead of hot when I start in the
I like
morning.
iced coffee.
But I mean, I've got this sitting around 24 hours a day.
Oh wow.
So in the middle of the night, if I get up, I have a few sips.
Hmm.
Anyway, so
What about water, Mark?
I've heard there is water. Yeah,
Okay, can I tell you something?
you can.
You should be drinking water as well. You know why?
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
I'm talking, I'm a coffee kind of girl. Okay. Because coffee can make you dehydrated.
Yes. See
And
that?
yeah, but that's I think you have more coffee than you have water there.
Well, I usually have a 28 ounce. You've seen the Gatorade Zero things,
Yeah.
or the 28-ounce ones. I usually have one of those. I take one of those, I fill it about 3/4 of the way, and
Okay.
I put it in the freezer and I freeze it, and then I bring it out, and as it melts, I drink it. And I also have a bunch of these that I freeze in the freezer full of water, and then as it melts throughout the day, I drink it. So I drink probably a gallon of water per day.
Okay. Did you hear about putting plastic containers with water in the freezer that it's not so good?
I hear so much crap. Everything we do in life is dangerous and nobody's
Oh,
supposed to be
everything is,
eating
you know what?
plastic and
Everything's, but you know what? Honestly, to be truthful,
yeah,
I was never one that followed rules. You know what? But now, as I'm getting older
yeah.
and I'm becoming a little more coachable as far as,
Okay. Well,
as far as, you know,
yeah,
trying to
yeah.
be a little more healthier because,
Yeah.
I want to I want to be around for a while with everything. Thank you so much. Being intact.
By the
So,
way, Helene, I like it when people, I'm just going to say this because I thought of it. And 2 things. Well, let me try to say one at a time here. Number one, if you have a pet or if your grandkids are around, I think it personalizes you with the audience if you are like holding your cat or dog, or your grandchildren are over and they sit in your lap. I've had a
yeah.
few people do that, and I love it when the people do that. So if that ever happens,
Well, right now, honestly, Mark, my kids are in Chicago. I don't have a dog, a cat, but I have a stuffed animal.
good.
Or wait, I have
I've
a
got,
husband I could put him on my lap. I'm sure
there
he
you
would
go.
love it.
Here's one of mine.
Oh
I
my.
collect stuffed animals, but some of them have gotten lost in my room because I keep a very messy, very, very messy room. I mean, piles and piles of unknowable stuff.
Oi.
So
So do
I've
you
got,
have any children, Mark?
now, it's interesting you should ask. I never wanted children.
Uh-huh.
because I was, let's just say, abused a lot. I won't go into details too much, but because of that, I was sure that even though I wouldn't have, I would tell someone I wouldn't hit my kids. My muscle memory is such that I think I would have hit my kids. And I know that because I was in a Safeway. If you have that grocery store over there, but I was in a Safeway once years ago, and about 2 aisles over, this 2 or 3 year old was crying and screaming, and mommy, I want this, mommy, I want that. And in my head, the first thing that happened was, I'm going to go over and slap the shit out of that kid. I mean, it was in my muscle memory. So from that, I learned, do not have children. And believe it or not, I've been married twice. The first time I courted my first wife and I said, I do not want kids. And we courted for a year, got married. 4 or 5 months into the marriage, she said, I want kids. I said, we talked about this. I don't want kids. So finally, I just said, she came at me every month. I said, I want a divorce. I don't want kids. So I divorced over it. Anyway, I'm boring you to death, apparently.
No, not at all. You know you know what I'm doing right now? I'm thinking about what
Playing
you're
video
sharing.
games.
Basically, I give you credit for, you know, for me, I always wanted to have a family, I always wanted kids. But
Yeah.
I also respect people who say, I don't want children because,
Yeah.
you know, that's where I've overcome because I would always say, why? But I understand because not everybody is suited to be a
Yeah.
parent.
I would have been a good father when I was a good father, but that time when that kid, started yelling and screaming or was being unmanageable, my muscle memory from my childhood, I would have beat the crap out of him, really, seriously.
That's
Because that
sad. So you
because
had a
that was
tough
my
childhood then, huh?
parents. Oh shit. You don't even want to go there. My step grandfather hit me with a baseball bat when I was 2. When I
Oh
was two
my
years old.
gosh.
My doctors have often told me we cannot figure out why you're alive. My stepmother threw my brother and I down the stairs,
Oh my
and
gosh.
she told me about 40 years later that she was my stepmother because my mother had died when I was 2 or 3. And so she said, I was a new mother. I didn't want you boys. So I was trying to kill you by throwing you down the stairs. So, and she
Was she
just,
thrown in jail?
no, no, nobody knew about, are you kidding? You're not my age, but back in the day, you could do a lot of crimes and nobody would even talk about it. So it
That's
was
you
just
know what, you're right about
it
that.
was
I mean,
just
I don't know
another it was just another day as far as she was concerned.
how old are you, Mark?
I grew up with Abraham Lincoln's father. I'm 75, be 76 this year.
When's your birthday?
Uh November I was born in 1950.
November what?
November 21, the day before the Kennedy assassination.
Wow. You were born right around Thanksgiving.
Yeah, just a few days before. Yeah.
So you're a little ahead of me, but not far,
Okay.
so I get it. And I have to say, back in the day, people might have had mental illness. I come from a family too. My mother had, um, mental health
But
illness.
it
She was,
wasn't spoken about back in the
no,
day.
my mother should have
Yeah.
gotten, you know what? I got to tell you something. I could be open and honest, but it was something we didn't talk about. We were,
Yeah, yeah.
it's like having mental health disorders because they didn't diagnose it. They didn't know what it
No.
was.
No.
And I had a grandmother who had had a nervous breakdown, and it was my father's mother. And back then, that's when they used to give electric shock treatments for any kind of issues. I mean, they don't
Yep.
do that anymore today like
Well,
that.
they
You have
don't.
to be very extreme.
Yeah.
But back then, some people just had depression and they didn't know how to treat it. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. Yeah.
amazing how technology has come a long way
Yeah.
from when, from what it was.
Well, we had a lot, they didn't have any medicine. I mean, the first medicine they ever came up with for that was lithium, and that was
Look at this. Oh my
late
gosh.
50s or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy biz. Oh my gosh, you're right.
Yeah. Well, we have Roscoff on here. Should we Helene, I'm getting a little tired, honey. Should we either end and meet next week or what?
Yeah, we could absolutely. Now, the reason why we had a meet today at 8 o'clock, I am part of a platform that's called Pitch. It's kind of like Zoom, but it's a
Okay.
different platform. And they
Yeah.
had their monthly leadership training that was
Yeah.
today. But if
Right.
if you're if you prefer, let's say you're on Central Time, correct?
No, no, I'm Pacific.
Oh, you're on Pacific.
I'm on pathetic time.
Oh, so you're in Ohio, right?
No, no, I'm in California. I'm
I
from
didn't
Ohio.
know that. Oh my God.
I grew up in Ohio. And by the way, the
Oh,
pitch people, I got a very long thing from a pitch guy. Thank God I'm not going to say his name.
well, you don't
Who
have to. We don't need to.
my experience was he was very forward about trying to shove pitch down my throat. I tried to tell him, look, I have a learning disability. I can't even learn Google Meet, let alone learn your new thing. And he just about demanded that I learn pitch and adopt pitch and use pitch. And I had a word for him that was almost like pitch, only had a different front letter.
Uh,
So
Kurt, were you harassing this poor Mark?
not Roscoff, some other
Oh,
guy that I met last week.
Yeah, some other bitch.
I think his name was Wyatt Earp or something. No, that wasn't it.
I
Why?
Jesse
don't, it doesn't
James.
matter. No, names don't matter. Does not matter.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what? All
I
I
think
do is I use it
I think
and
his
I
name was
teach.
Adolf something. Yeah. He wrote a book called My Cat or Mine Cat. No, that's not it. Something like that. My
It doesn't
Cough.
sound
He
like
had that
anybody
was
I
it.
know.
Said he had a cough. His book was called Mine Cough. That might be it. No, no. I don't remember.
I don't
Yeah,
think you, I think you've got the different years right now. That you're see, it sounds like you're talking about Hitler who wrote My Kampf. My Kampf,
Adolf
my cat.
Hilton. Yeah. The hotel maggot. Yeah. Do you know do you know Henry Ford is mentioned in Mein Kampf?
Well, I
And
wouldn't surprise me, you know.
did you know the Ford Motor Company made trucks for the Nazi Party?
Wouldn't surprise me either.
Yeah, they were. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here, you guys. I'm tired, but we're meeting next week at 8, right,
Do you
Helene?
want to meet at 8 or do you want to
Yes.
8
No, no,
o'clock for me is better.
cuz I cuz I have to put up with Roscoff at 7:30 and
Oh, well, do you want me on that call as well? I mean, is it?
no, no, I couldn't. Are you kidding? It's enough to handle Roscoff by himself.
Yeah,
We
8. We could do 8 o'clock. Absolutely,
Yeah,
for
let's do
sure.
it because I like having a lot of shows. We have 70, 70 available taping slots per week.
So, do you have a podcast studio, Mark?
No, honey, I just do it out of my room because I was a TV producer for 25 years. And in a real TV studio with a crew of like 8 people
Wow.
here in California, but the TV station both moved geographically and at the same time they changed management. So when that happened, I went, I'm out of here. You
Do you
guys
know John
can,
Fondy?
honey, I don't know everyone in television. Do you know everyone that lives in Chicago?
Just
The reason
about.
why I asked, it's a small world, and he was from California, and he was a producer in television.
Oh, yeah. Well, then, there's only two of us here, so I must know him. No, no. I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of TV producers in
That's
California.
true. That's true.
So, anyway, I love
Well, it
you
was nice
guys.
meeting you.
I love you guys very much. I'll see you next week. Folks, this has been Helene Weiner and that KR guy. And we'll see you all next week. All right. Love you guys. Take care.
Thank you.
Yep.
See you
Kirk, you want
later.
to stay on?
No, I gotta get off. I'm tired.
Okay.
All right. See you later, kids.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye bye.